Hey everybody, and welcome to another segment of AstrologyAnswers.com's weekly forecast. My name is Terence. The week begins on Monday, November the 14th. There's a number of very positive Jupiter energies. Jupiter is growth, luck, travel, prosperity. Even though, with that said, assertive, goal-oriented, ambitious Mars has been retrograde for the last couple of weeks into early January. The Mars in retrograde, it may take more effort to get the same results. You might be noticing more irritability and frustrations with yourself or with other people you are working with. But overall, this might be the best week, putting Mars in retrograde aside. Let's start with Monday, the 14th. Decision-making Mercury will be in harmony with probing transformational Pluto. That Mercury is the mind, excellent with Pluto. It pulls our mind to go deep within, great for studying, great for researching, great for introspection, great for counseling. Also, on Monday, the Sun, twice a year, will be throwing a benefic influence onto Neptune. So the best of Neptune, the Sun is putting its spotlight on. Neptune is creativity and music and inspiration, and it's charity. This Neptune is all this altruistic, inspiring energies. On Tuesday, the moon is in Leo, outgoing, extroverted Leo. But we're also going to have pleasure-seeking, relational, and creative Venus in harmony with Jupiter. This might happen also just twice a year. This can bring in a lot more socializing because that Jupiter is expanding the Venus. There might be attracting more money. You could be inclined to spend more money, but you might be feeling really good about it. This could be very favorable for beginning a pleasurable vacation because the Jupiter is the travel, the Venus is all that pleasurable, enjoyable energies. And then on Wednesday, now Mercury, communication Mercury, will also be in harmony with Jupiter. This is particularly favorable for education because Mercury deals more with the writing, the classes, the details, whereas Jupiter deals with the broader concepts. Mercury deals with the grammar school years. Jupiter deals with the university years. Mercury deals with the writing, whereas the Jupiter is the publishing. So you catch what I'm saying here. So Mercury and Jupiter are two sides of the same coin, and they're in harmony with each other. And there's a lot of positive emphasis on learning and teaching and education. But this is also really favorable for traveling or making long-range plans. You may be deciding to go back to school. This is also very favorable if you have an online business because this could be favorable for publishing, marketing, updating your content, and sending out a whole promotional advertising campaign. That would be, you'd be feeling very uplifted and optimistic with it. On Thursday, Mercury had been for the past couple of weeks in Scorpio. Mercury in Scorpio tends to be more private, more introspective. You don't tend to, with Mercury in Scorpio, just casual conversations. It's more like if you're going to talk, you're going to be discussing more profound ideas. But on Thursday, Mercury leaves intense private Scorpio and goes into friendly, outgoing Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the adventure. Sagittarius is the sign of honesty. And so with that Mercury, we may be more inclined for those next couple of weeks to speak our mind more honestly, more directly. On Friday, the Sun, which has been transiting Scorpio, and Scorpio is associated or ruled by Pluto, the lord of the underworld, psychology, the occult, the probing, the going deep. The Sun in Scorpio will be in harmony with Pluto. A very favorable day for counseling, for introspection, for having an astrology reading, for doing research. On a more mundane level, Pluto's about letting go. It's all that transformational endings and new beginnings. And the Sun is putting a favorable spotlight on the Pluto. This would be an excellent day to be letting go of all the clothes in your closet that you might not have been wearing for 2 to 3 years, or going into the garage, into the closets, and just clearing out and letting go. That would be a very a good kind of physical meditation with letting go of the old stuff to give you more space to be moving forwards. On Saturday, it is the only difficult day of the whole week. Mars is going to be retrograde, and Mars is all that spinning your wheels, trying to achieve your goals. But the retrograde, it seems that it's taking so much more effort. But the Mars will be in a difficult square aspect to Neptune, nebulous, unfocused Neptune. Mars-Neptune can be a day when you're feeling exhausted, because Mars is your energy and Neptune zaps it. The other thing is, many times Mars is ambitious Mars being aspected by a nebulous, betraying Neptune. I've often found you have to be careful of being scammed, being lied to. And if you get an email, a phone call, and it seems like maybe this is the real one, maybe this is where I'm going to be lucky. No, it's a scam. On Sunday, the Sun will be now in harmony with Jupiter. I'm telling you, this is a really fortunate week with all that Jupiter. Looking more long-term, making long-range plans, feeling more upbeat and optimistic. Just Sunday, Sun, Jupiter, an excellent day to make travel plans or head towards the train station, the airport. But it's also a really good day for education, with Sun putting a spotlight on Jupiter. Good for the teaching, the publishing, signing up for a class. So in summary, there's a lot of movement forwards with the Jupiter energies. The Mars in retrograde, it may take more effort, but don't give up, because any kind of effort with all this Jupiter could bring you some very favorable results. I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you next week with my next segment. Until then, be safe and well.